Welcome everyone. So today we shall study about the human nervous system and chemical control from class 9 lesson life processes in living organisms. So student, we have already covered central nervous system and the remaining two nervous system we shall study in this video. So let's start. Okay, now let us study about the second type of a nervous system, that is a peripheral nervous system. So what is it? Alright, so here you can observe the peripheral nervous system in which there are two types nerves are there, cranial nerves and spinal nerves. So let's study. The peripheral nervous system consists of the nerves originating from the central nervous system. So central nervous system including two parts, that is brain and spinal cord. Okay, so these nerves connect the central nervous system with all parts of the body and they are of two types. So that is cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Okay, so here we have the third type of a nervous system, that is autonomic nervous system. So in the autonomic nervous system, it consists of the nerves of involuntary organs. Now involuntary organs are like hearts, lungs, stomach, etc. and it is not under the control of our will. So here the two types of a nerves which are included in the peripheral nervous system are cranial nerves and this brain and spinal cord is of a part of a central nervous system. Okay, so cranial nerves and spinal nerves are included in the peripheral nervous system and these two nerves connect all the central nervous system to all the parts of the body. Alright, and this is the third type of a nervous system, that is autonomic nervous system ganglia. Okay, so this includes nerves of involuntary organs. Alright, so next type of next part in this video is reflex action. So what is it? Alright, so a reflex action in an autonomic or involuntary and rapid response to a stimulus which minimizes any damage to the body from potentially harmful conditions such as touching something hot. That means they help us to minimize any damage to our body. Okay, so an immediate and involuntary response given to a stimulus from the environment is called a reflex action, and sometimes we react an incident without any thinking on our part or just to control over the reaction, and this is the response given to a certain stimulus from the surroundings. So in such a situation, proper control and coordination is achieved even without intervention of the brain. So here you can observe the picture of a reflex example of a reflex action. That means here if it helps to avoid touching the hot object. Okay, you can observe the direction of impulse and hot object. Okay, and this the pain receptor in skin, it will take it from the finger to spinal cord, like here. Okay, so there are different arrows are shown in the figure, like dendrite of afferent neuron and then finally to the cell body of interneuron and spinal cord. Okay, so this is how the reflex action is done in our body just to minimize any damage to the body from potentially harmful conditions. Alright, so this is all about the reflex action. Alright, so next part is the chemical control. So student, control and coordination in our body is also brought about with the help of a certain chemical substance, and these chemical substances are known as hormones. So hormones are secreted by endocrine glands. So in our body different glands are there, and with these glands hormones are secreted in our body. Okay, and these glands are the ductless glands. These glands do not have any arrangement of their own to either store or carry their secretion, and hence as soon as the hormones are produced, they are directly released into the blood circulation, and thus though these endocrine glands are present at a specific location in our body, their secretion reach all parts of the body via blood. So in a long side diagram you can observe here the cell producing the hormone. That means after producing the hormone in the particular gland, these hormones are secreted in the blood vessels. Okay, and then via the blood they reach to the target cell of the body. That means where it is required, it is sent by the gland and via the blood only. So this is a chemical control. Alright, and endocrine glands along with the nervous system are responsible for the control and coordination in our body. and these two systems help each other to control and integrate the various activities of the body. That means nervous system and endocrine gland together help each other to control and integrate. That means to control and coordination, the nervous system and chemical control, they integrate each other. All right, and a marked difference between these two systems is that nerve impulses are fast but short lived, whereas the action of hormone is very slow but long lasting. That means hormone which are producing in different glands, these are the very slow but their action is long lasting. All right, so in alongside you can observe the diagram in which you can see the different glands in our body, like hypothalamus, pineal gland, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, and parathyroid gland, thymus, adrenal glands, ovary, and testes. So these are the different glands in the body of human being, and which control and coordinate the different functions, perform different functions in our body. So the detailed functions of different glands and different hormone we will continue in our study in our next session. Okay, so it is very important that hormones are secreted only in the required quantity, and there is a special mechanism which controls the quantity and timing of hormone secretion. That means if some particular hormone is produced in the particular gland, and then only their quantity should be fixed quantity. Like if some hormone is required in a smaller quantity, and if the gland is secreting the quantity in a large amount, then it is very difficult for our body to control and coordinate different function. Okay, so the quantity and timing of secretion of the hormone should be properly balanced. And for example, whenever there is an increase in blood glucose level, certain cells in the pancreas get stimulated, and as a response they release a greater quantity of insulin. So this is how the chemical control should be proper in our body to control each and every function properly happen in our body. So student, I hope you all have understood this topic and the functions and location of the particular different endocrine glands, and which hormone they are secreted. We will continue in our next session. Thank you.